Great to be here all while we're in lockdown. So yes, I'm a very proud independent consultant with Arbonne as well. And this is a range that I'm really excited to share with you, because this is what really wowed me initially after using, and even just after one day, I could see immediate differences. Now, before I go into that and a little bit about what obviously the skincare is, so you can actually hear more about it, just wanted to let you know, with the experience that I'd had, as Michelle had just said, in beauty, my whole probably about 30 years has been in the beauty and spa industry. And over that time, I'd used countless different products and had some really good results. But it wasn't until I used this particular range that I was really floored, because it was instant results and my skin just never felt so good. And obviously since then I've introduced them to hundreds of people, and again they've all had the same effect. So working initially on cruise ships and running spas around the world, doing different things, really working with lots of different aspects of beauty, including training people as well. It's been a real delight to come across a product range that fits everybody, and especially because we know at some point we're going to age, and a lot of the time when we do age, it's often a bit of trial and error. So I know I'd used different things in the past and thought, well, yeah, I paid a lot of money for something and I wasn't quite sure it was going to work, and sometimes I've been disappointed. But every single thing in this particular range is clinically proven and tested, so you've got that rest assured feeling that no matter what you try with this range, it's going to work and it's going to use. And it's actually got a 45-day money back guarantee as well, so you've got that peace of mind too. So this range isn't secret no longer. It's actually called the RE9 Advanced, and this is completely on par with lots of dermatology ranges. However, the big, I guess really key advantage to that is that it's really, really clean. So as Michelle has already said, that all of our botanical ranges are all free from anything harmful at all. So nothing that's going to irritate the skin, that's going to compromise the pH balance, which is really key. It's really important that that stays strong and healthy, because our skin is our largest organ in the body, and we want it to be functioning to keep out bacteria, as well as to have the aesthetics of, looking good and feeling good as well. So it's got a purpose, and we really want to keep it healthy, and this range will do that. But it also promotes its collagen and its elasticity, so it keeps looking hydrated, lifted, toned, firm. And I think nearly everybody's goal as they get older is to have skin that is radiant, so you get a really wonderful glow, and that's the orange stem cells in this and stabilized vitamin C that is going to help to deliver that. And also we want to have a reduction in pigmentation marks, which as we get older we do tend to have, and unfortunately they come from sun damage, whether that's sunbed use or whether it's actually from the sun itself. So what we can do, we also have in the RE9 collection is another range that is called the brightening range, which I know we could probably post some details on that. So if you have got pigmentation marks, that is fantastic to be able to use in conjunction with either the RE9 or on its own. So when we age, if we think about rolling back the years, I'm 52 now, and I've been using this range for 7 years. And as I say, immediately I saw changes. But when you're in your mid-20s, that's when you really need to start thinking about the anti-aging process, because we start to get a few baby lines, and the skin can often get freckles as well. And you don't really tend to, because you're not seeing anything dramatic happening on the skin, you don't generally tend to think, oh my gosh, I'm just starting to age. But every day kind of counts with your skincare regime, and only about 10% of what you're born with genetically is actually going to affect your skin. And same with like the age as well. It doesn't really matter how old you are so much, it's how you look after your skin. And a lot of these environmental aggressors like this sun, alcohol, the nutrition that we eat, that goes into our bodies, but also what we're putting directly onto the skin, if it's going to serve it and to give it the right food and the nutrients it needs, or is it going to deplete it? It's going to make a massive difference. And so if you're using these kind of products, you've got the best of both, because you're going to age really, really well, because your skin, your elasticity and your collagen is going to stay really well plumped. And that's what we want. And you want that glow and that radiance as well. So I'm going to talk through a little products and tell you how to use them, because each product has a specific purpose and they all work together as a synergy, which really, like a good orchestra, you know, you want everything playing together, because each product basically lays a foundation to receive the next one. So it's really vital that you use all the range in this. So the first product is the RE9 cleanser. So what this does is actually help to exfoliate the skin. It's got alpha hydroxy acids within this, so it naturally smooths the skin. It's a wonderful product, because you only need to use a tiny amount as well. So usually about a pea size, and how you'd use it is literally put that onto the back of your hand, have a little bit of water, foam it up, because it's quite a creamy texture as well, but you will see some bubbles with that, and then work it over the skin. And I always recommend with clients, it's always good just to be really light-handed when you're using this product as well. We're not rubbing, we're just literally working it over the skin. It will take off any makeup as well, so it's really safe on the eyes and for contact lens users too. And you just need to then rinse that away gently, and the skin will feel smoother as well. So it just really looks bright. It feels really nice. It doesn't feel tight, like a lot of cleansers can be removed and suddenly you feel like you've got a mask on because it's so tight, but this one won't do that at all. The next step is the toner. So the regenerating toner, it's actually a spritz. I won't spritz it now, but basically you can use this directly lined up with the nose, and you just close your eyes and just literally do a couple of spritzes. Or if you don't want something where it's going directly into the face like this, you can put it into your hand and then press that over the skin as well. So what that is going to do, it draws moisture from the atmosphere towards your skin. So again, like you've just heard from Leanne regarding that attraction with that moisture and how key it is for anti-aging, this is what this is going to help with that product as well. So it's going to help to really give the skin lots of hydration. And once again, it doesn't have anything in it that is going to really tighten the skin. In other words, make it feel quite dehydrated. It does completely the opposite. The next step is one of the most powerful products, and this is called the Intensive Renewal Serum. So this is like a super cocktail of antioxidants, which are so key because that is really going to help to brighten the skin. It adds lots of radiance to the skin, but also it's going to help to really repair and regenerate. So lots of that collagen, the elasticity, full of peptides. So it's going to give that skin a real powerful boost with that too. And also with the next product, we have the corrective eye cream. So often as we age, this eye area is one of the probably the first places where we tend to see lines and wrinkles, and often around this eye area here as well is where we have the crow's feet, which we all would, I assume, prefer to avoid. So that product is designed to target that area, and 79% is actually, just get my figures right, so 79% after 30 days of using, 79% of people noticed a reduction in their crow's feet. So that is amazing. So what a powerful product. It's also really good for puffiness and for dark circles as well, which can happen also as we're aging and we tend to be up in the night and, you know, wanting to have that fresh, bright eyed look. You know, it's a fantastic product for that. Feels really lightweight as well, so when you're using it you only need about the size literally of a grain of rice, and that will do both eyes. So once again, ring finger all the way around. Don't need to be heavy-handed. We don't go right up to the lash line either. You don't need to, because it's going to travel there with the lymphatics underneath the skin anyway, and you don't ever apply over the actual lids either. So just up to the brow bone area, right around the eye orbit. The next product really is a choice of moisturizers. So we have a few different types, but I'm going to talk initially about the restorative cream. So this has got an SPF of 15 within this one, and it's going to help to protect the skin. It's a mineral sunscreen as well, so it's really gentle on the skin. And normally you'd need to use it if you are going to go out in the sun about 15 minutes beforehand, just so you've got time for it to activate in the skin as well. And if ever you are going somewhere like swimming or you know, you're perspiring quite a lot, whether it's through sports or whether you're on holiday, then I would definitely recommend you'd need to keep reapplying every 2 hours, but also to use a proper sunscreen that is maybe a bit heavier weighted rather than just this one here. So it feels quite lightweight on the skin. So a lot of times people often say, well, as I'm using anti-aging things, they feel so heavy, they feel really weighty, they feel almost quite greasy as well. You're not going to get that at all with this product. And again, you probably need about the size of a pea. And what I'd recommend is when you are using the product to literally put a bit on the back of the hand and then dot it all over. So it looks like you've got little cream dots everywhere, and then spread it. And then work up the neck as well. So you're working always upwards, you know, so that we're going to promote, you know, less gravity happening over here. And what you'd want to do is then just like to say, have that all over the face, but you don't need to use much. You have got another option if you're, so that restorative cream is really best for somebody who has got maybe a combination skin as they're getting older. And also if you just tend to be a bit more on the oily side as opposed to the dry side. We have got a cream which is called the Extra Moisture Cream, and this is the same one, but it's actually got a little bit more hydration in that. So if you have got a more dry skin, which often is probably more normal as we're aged through getting older, our skin tends to naturally get drier, then I would probably recommend that product for that particular skin type. And that has actually got an SPF of 20 in it, so a little bit more SPF protection there. And for those that are quite sensitive and have got mature skins as well, then I would really recommend the restorative cream without the SPF. So we have got the option for people that are really quite sensitive as well. And then, which I haven't got here at the moment, but just as another option for people, maybe like from the 50-year onward, which is probably me now, is to really use the lifting and contouring range. So it's still RE9, but it's more tailored towards actual firming and lifting, because as we get older, often in the 50s, we tend to sag more, we lose the face shape, and it's like that triangle that tends to lose the elasticity. So the particular lifting contouring range are fantastic for that. So we've got great eye cream, which again works similar to the corrective one around the eyes, but much more at firming the skin tissue with the loss of elasticity. And also the facial cream as well, the lifting contouring facial cream. We also have a gel too, which is used underneath the moisturizers. And ideally, when you're using this, it's after you've done your toner, you'd put this on just for about a minute or so before you then go into the serum. And it literally feels like a face mask almost, because it has a tightening action. It's incredible. So if you're wanting to have a little bit more firmness to the skin, I'd highly recommend that product. So you've got a number of options there within the anti-aging sector, and RE9 is basically age reversal, because when I started using it, what I did notice was, even though it felt amazing on my skin, that immediately the next day I saw a difference with fine lines. So that dehydration line, so I immediately saw a difference with. But what I would say is that it's a progressive range. So what I mean by that is after 3 months, it progressively gets better and better and better. So when I hit the 3-month mark after using these products twice a day, consistently, I totally saw a change in my skin. And I'd literally, at the time, I had my daughter and we'd do the school run. I had people stopping me on the school run actually saying, what have you done different to your skin? And I was like, I know, it's really changed. And it was really, really a nice surprised, you know, that other people actually noticed as well, because I thought it was incredible. And every single person that uses these products has that same response to it as well. So a very simple step system. It's going to last probably about 4 to 6 months on average, because you don't need to use much, and just gives amazing results. I'm just going to tell you before I shoot off as well, with the renewal serum, just to let you know about these clinical results, which are all done externally of Arbonne as well. After 3 days, 79% of people had improved radiance. After 30 days, 93% had improved skin smoothness, and 100% of people had an instant response with elasticity. So improved elasticity in the skin after 30 days, 100% of people. And 96% of people had an improvement in firmness. So that is how results driven these clinical proven products are. And really, I guess for anybody that is wanting to grow old more gracefully, this is definitely the range to have and to use and to just really love on, because you're going to see amazing results. And I think that probably sums it up, really. If anybody again has any questions at all, I can answer them, and we'll give you some more information about the brightening range as well, which really is fantastic for reducing the pigmentation spots.